first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. They go play action with Jackson. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for.
And that'll bring up second down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jackson. He's got a man. Complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over. First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
It's a gain of 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole...
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
So a pick 6 there out of the
nickel package, they went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. Throwing again. Jackson looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Jackson's pass.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't go for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 114 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Intercepted. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw again, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Isaiah Simmons in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down and a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll get that one to Taylor, complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Ravens' 42-yard line.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 31-yard line.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown! He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Matt Gay set.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Quick slant to Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Roughing the passer defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Gay set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Ravens offense back out there. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably have...
For the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And the Ravens taking the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he'll find his man on the outside.
Jackson.
7 yards, the pick up there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers,
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Second and 6. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Three on the coverage.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
Good.
A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Jonathan.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Hey. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Number 10.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. So left side here, and it's complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 9-play drive.
Mounties 42. Ravens 10. Matt Gay set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we've reached halftime here in what is quick. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Ravens 10.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And this offense continues to pour it on. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25 yards.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Hunter throw is the man he was looking for.
That'll bring up second down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
That's a look. The run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Jackson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Isaiah Simmons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time run right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes...
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Big play there. 88 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
To number 88.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. Able to push his way through. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Running back.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to him.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Isaiah Simmons.
Bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Complete.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Isaiah Simmons.
Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38. There he goes, right side. And that's a touchdown. But hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
I think a lot of offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Automatic first down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up at the 49. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. A good pickup there. Yards on the first down completion.
Andrews. It's a gain
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
37-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Ravens.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. Man open left side is Brown.
Jackson.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are able to make things a bit. More respectable. Tucker now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. To the end zone, it's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 33 yards that time. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, You tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun. Jackson buying time to his left. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Jackson on the key.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a man open down the middle of the field. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah, college, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
33-yard line.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments in this one. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Complete to Mark Andrews.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Isaiah Simmons in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7.
3rd and long.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
His guys take over 1st and 10. At their own 19-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing one incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's good for A.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.